A couple of weeks ago, I was playing a bunch of classic PlayStation 2 games with my wife, and I noticed something interesting. See, every single one of these old school bangers were third-person games. And the more we played, the more I realized that I actually prefer third-person games over first-person. Which got me thinking. We obviously see and live life in first-person. And for most human activities, it's probably the best option there is. But, could you live an average day in third-person, just like these classic video games? Well, thanks to this guy,
Howdy.
we already kind of know the answer. See, big dog Ryan Trahan spent 50 hours in third person. I mean, bro, this guy went the full hog. What the heck does full hog mean? That sounds not good. But as sick as Ryan's video is, he failed to mention one very important thing. Okay, it's nothing that crazy. He just never really mentioned how he built that third person rig. That thing. The thing attached to his body. How did he do that? So if I want to experience what Ryan experienced, I need to develop and create a brand new revolutionary product. I'm talking a device that combines the design of an Apple product with the innovation of a Tesla and the friendliness of my golden retriever, Scout. I mean, for real, she has to be like the happiest dog on the planet, bro. I wish I was that excited about a ball. But nope, instead I'm gonna build a contraption so I can live my life in third person. How did I get here? Well, it doesn't matter how we got here. All that matters is where we're going. And to get there, there's a 3-step process. I'll have to design, build, and test this crazy contraption. But before I get too deep into it, I need to work out how this is going to technically work. Well, that's where my Quest VR headset and this Logitech webcam save the day. But surely you can't just plug a webcam into the Quest, right? Well, actually you can. Okay, so the wild thing about the Quest 3 is that it actually runs Android. And so I found an Android app that lets you connect a webcam directly to typically an Android phone, but I'm gonna try and connect it to my Quest. So I sideloaded the app onto the Quest and plugged in this fresh webcam from Logitech. Allow next camera to access MX Brio, yes. After a few seconds of loading, I couldn't believe my eyes. No. That's so silly. This is the most unnecessary thing. Oh my gosh, dude. So I just need to work out how to get the camera to behind me. How am I gonna do that? It seems simple enough, but it's kind of a mind trip. See, what really makes a game third person is you, the player, can see and control the main character through this floating camera behind them. And this floating camera is like attached to the character's body, which is kind of wild because in this situation, this is me, the character, and I will also be the player, very similar to what Ryan did. But I think we can make his design a little simpler. But I have very little knowledge in like carpentry or building things. So instead, I'm thinking of using PVC pipes to create some kind of like harness. I do have a concern though, and that's if the pipes are actually strong enough to hold the webcam back there, let alone to hold it onto my body. My other concern is, how the heck am I gonna build this thing? Well, after thinking about it for probably way too long, I realized I'm essentially just creating a box, which means I could just use pipe joints to connect everything together. No gluing, no drilling, easy peasy. I just did some quick calculations on how many joints I would need. Look at that, that makes heaps of sense. What could possibly go wrong? Well, to tell you the truth, I hope nothing does go wrong. Because I've been on a mission to impress my wife, Chelsea, with the power of VR. Because honestly, she doesn't really get the hype. But it's not from a lack of trying. See, I built our entire house at a 1-to-1 scale in Minecraft VR. I mean, I thought it was sick, but she didn't really get it. I even tried building my own VR game from scratch with 0 experience. And still, she didn't really care. I mean, it just didn't faze her. So building this third-person ring is my last-ditch attempt to try and impress her with the power of VR. And if this doesn't work, I'll accept my fate and call it quits. I have no idea how she's gonna react to this. But now that we have a solid game plan, it's time to go to my favorite place on the planet. Bunnings Warehouse, or better known as Hammer Barn from Bluey. For real, this is literally the Hammer Barn from Bluey. Isn't that crazy? This place just goes forever. It's pretty easy to get lost in this place. So while I'm on the hunt for some plumbing parts, I want to tell you about this tiny but epic SSD enclosure from today's video sponsor, Charge. See, I can't pretend. I'm a shocker when it comes to managing all my files. My desktop usually looks like this, but recently I've been using the Charge disk to get everything sorted. This bad boy right here is a pocket-sized M.2 SSD enclosure. Not only does it weigh 24 grams, but it also has an active cooling fan built in, which is helpful because Australia is cooking, lads. It also has a built-in USB-C port, which means no losing cables, and it supports transfer speeds of up to 10 gigabits per second. Installing an SSD is tool-free and super simple. Man, I remember paying a lot of money for 15 gigabytes of storage, and now I just carry around a 1 terabyte SSD. That's a little existential crisis right there. It's also compatible with a bunch of devices, including the Steam Deck, PS5, Xbox, and the iPhone 15. So if you're looking for a wild SSD enclosure you can throw in your backpack or even your pocket, check out the Charge disk using the link in my description. This little thing is so sick, man. And a huge shout out to Charge for supporting the channel. This is it. And this is what I'm looking for. We were in luck. Bunnings had everything we needed to build this first-person rig. So we packed the trolley and picked up one last item that I think will make this way more comfortable for Chelsea. You know things are getting serious because I'm wearing my party pants and you can see my knees. I'm sorry about that. This has to somehow turn into something actually decent. I also had to run back to Bunnings to buy this saw because I had no way to cut the pipes. You think I would have thought about that first? Chelsea's watching me through the window. I think she's got money on me failing this project, but not today. Okay, so I'm gonna measure out all of these. Pretty sure, like, how tall am I? Probably need to cut them like about there. Scientific way of measuring. And honestly, it doesn't have to be too precise. They just all have to be the same.
Measure twice, cut once.
I did read something that said I should use masking tape when cutting PVC, but that seems like it's gonna take me a long time, so I'm just gonna full send it. Oh, it's happening. I feel like I just became a man. Oh, my measuring skills were unreal. I got exactly 50 centimeters. Let's go. So with the naive confidence of a man who's never used a saw in his life, I started cutting the rest of the pipes. Piece after piece, the main frame was starting to come together. And it was time to see if my measuring was correct. Okay. Except it doesn't take a genius to see that I have messed this up, but we'll get back to that. I've never felt more like a jack of all trades until right now. So I carried on sawing. Hey, there it is. And putting PVC pipes together like Lego. But I should have stuck to making VR games, dude. That seemed way more chill than this. Woo! We're doing a thing. Doing a thing. Things were looking good and feeling solid. All that's left was to build a support pole for the webcam. 3 and a bit foot for my Americans. Welcome, by the way, you're in a safe place. You're allowed to call it meters. Just don't tell other people, all right? Look at that. I arguably spent way too long in this, but everything's coming together. Look at this. But this is the moment I realized I messed up. No. No. Oh no. Remember what Chelsea said?
Measure twice, cut once.
Yeah, I should have listened to it. That is hilarious, dude. Just gotta cut 4 of these pipes down a little. Okay. So I got back to it. Disassembling the whole thing. Son of a biscuit. And cutting each pipe down by a few centimeters. Yeah, look, it's not as square as it probably could be. Let's see if it stays on my shoulders. Here we go. Oh, it works. That's good. I can feel it. Let's freaking go, dude. Oh, dude. My neighbors must think I'm crazy. Yes. Would I walk down the street with this on? All that's left now is to make this thing more comfortable. And to my surprise, these PVC pipes fit perfectly in this pool noodle. So I measured them out, cut them all up. Look at that. This thing was starting to look like a bought one. It's like one of those things at the gym, you know, where you put your feet under. And with a few final slaps, this thing was done. Dude, that's so comfy though. Let's see what Chelsea thinks, because ultimately she's the one who's gonna have to use this bad boy. I'm so proud. All right, now I just have to work out how to put the camera on there. And we'll be pretty much good to go. The webcam has like a mount with this little hole through it. This is kind of crazy, hold up. The webcam literally fits perfectly. So now all I've got to do is work out how to keep it on the pole straight. So I thought I had duct tape, but unfortunately all I have is electrical tape, which isn't, I mean, it's sticky. I don't know, man, we'll see if it works. Yeah, that kind of works. Wait a second. That's really on there, what the heck? Which is obviously ideal, except I taped it on wonky. And I couldn't twist the pipe to straighten it out. But with my impeccable technique, I got it. Okay, let's see if this cable is long enough, because it's a flippin' nice cable. That could just, maybe we'll put this back up. And just like that, my incredible new third-person rig was ready to go. All that's left to do is to put it to the test.
Oh, she's shaky.
I'm glad I added padding to the back here. Hey, Scouty. You really don't want to stand there, buddy. That's the danger zone. Here we go. I have no idea what to expect right now, but here's hoping Chelsea digs it. Oh my word. That is hilarious. Give me a high five. Oh my gosh. I had an expectation of what this would feel like, but seeing myself and my world in third person is something my brain just can't comprehend. I literally feel like I'm playing a video game of me right now. That's so crazy. I'm gonna try and walk. Oh my gosh. This is outrageous. Oh my word. This is the weirdest thing I've ever experienced. Oh my gosh. It didn't take long for my brain to start feeling really unbalanced. I have no idea how Chelsea's going to go with this.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so scary. I can't see the chair. Is there a chair there? To get some work done. Can't see my laptop. I think this is the greatest thing I've ever done. I feel like I'm in an art exhibition. I can see everything still, but my brain doesn't trust what I'm looking at is real.
You could totally live an average day in third person, like this.
Ah, look at that view. Like, I guess I could maybe cook. So wild. My brain hurts a little bit. You know what? I think we could sell these. That was so bizarre.
But is this concept and project enough to impress Chelsea?
Oh, sorry. You ready? I'm gonna plug this in, press that thing and go to the next camera.
Oh, no.
All right, so you can see me, so just take a step towards me.
Am I going to hit the
No, you're good.
I'm so dizzy.
Look, I don't really know why I'm so determined to get Chelsea to like VR. To be honest, it kind of started as a joke, but eventually it's kind of become a reason to do something silly together. And to be real, I'm just thankful to have a wife and a best friend who's willing to do something silly with me, who's willing to make herself look so goofy for one of my projects.
There's so close to the wall.
Chelsea may never love VR like I do, but we have a blast together anyway.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, do you want to take it off?
Yes, please. I'm getting a bit dizzy.
What do you think? Have I done it? Is this the VR experience that you're looking for?
Yeah, I'm very dizzy now. But
You prefer life in third person? Are you right there?